Is the vacuum the same everywhere? Or does empty space change when the environment, the boundaries, or even the observer changes? In the energy filament theory, vacuum is not a universal wallpaper. It's the energy C's local lowest dissipation reference. So different conditions can pick different baselines. Most people inherit a very stubborn mental image. Vacuum is the absolute ground floor of reality, the one true nothing, identical in all places and for all observers. Then modern physics drops a headache, changing how you slice time, accelerating your frames, standing near horizons, or put strong constraints on fields. And suddenly the vacuum you talk about doesn't look unique anymore. One observer calls it empty, another observer calls it a bath of activity. And your intuition screams, that can't be physical. The problem is the intuition, not the physics. In this picture, empty never meant no medium, it meant no cheap, persistent structures being forced to stand there. The energy C is still present, still continuous, still carrying a baseline of agitation what EFT tracks as tension background noise TBN. And vacuum is the calmest reference state that fits the local constraints you've imposed. Change the constraints, and you haven't changed reality into two realities. You've changed which baseline state is the most economical for that same reality to settle into. The clean everyday analogy is sea level. People talk like sea level is a single number. But you and I both know local sea level depends on tides, pressure, currents, and coastline geometry. Two harbors can both be at sea level while their water surfaces sit at different heights relative to a pier, because the local conditions are different. Now make it more vivid. Step into an accelerating elevator with a cup of water. The level surface of the water tilts, not because the water changed its identity, but because your frame changed which state counts as rest. Vacuum works like that. Different observers and different boundary conditions select different decompositions of the same underlying sea activities. And what one decomposition labels as particles, another decomposition can label as baseline texture. That's why the vacuum can look non-unique without becoming subjective fantasy. Boundaries are an even more concrete way to feel it. Put plates close together and you don't just sit in emptiness. You reshape which modes are allowed to live between them. The vacuum baseline reorganizes around those constraints, and you can measure a real force. In this picture, the effect is not virtual little ghosts popping in and out for fun. It's the energy C choosing a lower dissipation configuration under a new geometric rule. Like a drumhead whose standing patterns change when you clamp the rim differently, strong environments push the same ideas further. When fields are extreme or geometry is tight, the baseline agitation can be squeezed into narrow grooves, and fluctuations that were harmless background can be nudged closer to thresholds where real, countable excitations become easier to nucleate. That doesn't mean you've created free energy from nothing. It means you changed the channel structure and the accounting baseline of the sea. So what was once buried in the floor noise becomes available to close as an event. The key consistency check is causal. A shifting vacuum baseline does not open faster than light loopholes, because the energy C still enforces local propagation limits, and event formation still requires local threshold crossings. You can't shout across the universe by redefining emptiness. You can only change what counts as quiet in your own lab's neighborhood. So the takeaway is calm and practical. Vacuum is real, but it is not a single global substance with one fixed personality. It is the local reference state of the energy C under whatever constraints, boundaries, and motions you impose, and that is exactly why vacuum engineering is even a coherent idea. Next up, if the background is a living medium, then what is a wave function, ghost, guess, or blueprint? Tap follow, share it on New Physics, Clear Universe.